Hello there, Gemini. It's so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today I'm doing your weekly tarot. This is good for January 24th through the 30th. So we'll take a look at the overall energy with the oracle cards, and then we'll move to the tarot for more details. And if you're enjoying the content that I create, I'd really appreciate it if you would consider like, commenting, or subscribing. Okay, so Gemini, you had a pretty intense weekly reading last week about, being the caged bird, trying to work your way out of the cage. And I really appreciated all your comments on the stories that you were willing to share. So let's see where we go this week with that energy. Cat spirit, claim your independence. Oh my gosh, that's like coming right out of the caged bird. The caged bird was about, you kind of allowed yourself to be put in a cage, in a role that you were playing, and that, your soul wanted you to come on out of the cage, fly out the window and embrace your life. And then here we have the cat spirit with the independence. It's so interesting. The thing I can't get over is that, don't cats chase birds? So we'll see where that's going. And then underneath, white raven spirit, trust in the magic. I really feel like you are starting a new cycle. If you haven't quite yet gotten there, you may feel a little bit stuck. Sometimes we have that stuck energy before the new cycle actually begins. And so you may kind of have a little bit of that energy, and it's about just trusting in the magic, just knowing that this new cycle is about to start for you. Yeah, fear. I know, I was getting that. And I think it was because something with the cat and the bird, that you're really trying to start this new cycle. I feel like you've kind of walked through a portal, probably back November, December with the eclipse season and everything. And it's this energy of ready for this new beginning, ready to come out of that cage, ready to claim your independence, to go into this new cycle, and yet it hasn't shown up. And so the fear is gripping you. It's kind of like, especially if you've taken the leap of faith, because this has been coming out for you in January a lot, taking that leap of faith, and maybe you quit a job or you left a relationship, you felt like it was the right move. And yet at the same time, this new independence isn't coming quite in a good way. It hasn't really started. You're kind of like by yourself, or, you've quit that job, but the new one hasn't come in. There's this fear and anxiety of, oh my gosh, is it going to happen for me? Have I made a mistake? A lot of times when that fear creeps in, then we get that energy within us of wanting to go back. Look at this, joyous fun. It's kind of, here's your duality, Gemini, right? You have the fear and then the joy coming in, wanting to come in. It's kind of like you may be flip-flopping. Like one day you're like, okay, yes, I'm on the right path. And then the next day you're like, no, wait a minute, I think I've made a mistake. I really feel, we're going to go to the tarot, but the sense that I'm getting is that there is something about trusting, having the courage to trust, to continue to do those things that you need to do every day. Really getting centered on, especially if you did take some kind of leap of faith, some type of plunge to get out of the cage, to go embark on this new independent cycle that you're trying to create for yourself. Why? Why did you do it? It's kind of like, what was your why? Kind of getting back into that sometimes will help you to move out of the fear and back into the joy. Getting back into your heart space, because this is all your head. This is all your heart. And so I know that when I'm feeling this fear and anxiety, and I feel like as a collective, there's a lot of fear and anxiety right now. And as it creeps in, is just to try to take a deep breath, kind of ground yourself, and then go into your heart space. Why was this the move that you made? Don't worry about whether it was the right move or not. There are no wrong paths. There are no wrong actions, right? And so just to kind of get back into your heart space so that you can kind of like clear out the fear. Sometimes it is about having the courage to look the fear monster in the eye, so like, okay, maybe you quit your job and, the business that you wanted to start, you quit your job to start a new business and it isn't taking off, Okay, so why are you afraid? Well, I'm not bringing in money and I have to pay my bills. Okay, so what happens if you can't pay your bills? Like going down. And once you go down there, it's kind of like, well, I guess I get another job, try to save up and start this business at another time or something. It's just kind of like going ahead and taking a look at your fear. Sometimes the anxiety is higher when we just won't take a look at the fear. Why are we afraid of that, right? Okay, so let's go to the tarot. Let's get some more details here. Six of Swords. Yeah, this is you moving on to your independence. I think it's interesting because she's on a black cloud. I feel like right now you may be in this period where you're feeling like this is a black cloud. This is the wrong decision. I shouldn't have done this. Why did I do this? That this fear. She's a black cloud. This is a black cloud. Look at those two energies. But one of the things we have to remember about the black cloud is that it always has silver linings. It always has blessings involved with it. Right now, you're perhaps in that shedding stage, when we transform, like a snake goes, grows and transforms into a larger snake. Okay, it sheds its skin. A butterfly has a huge transformation going from a caterpillar into an adult butterfly. It's that energy of you are going through this transformation. It is somewhat difficult. Being born is not easy, right? Giving birth is not easy. It's that energy of this is difficult. So I'm afraid I made the wrong decision. But why do you think you made the wrong decision? You made this decision based on something that was pulling at your heartstrings, right? Something that brought you a lot of joy. The idea of this new path brought you a lot of joy. And it's about centering on that. Instead of this, centering on knowing that, magic is happening, for you. I also feel like, Ten of Wands is on the bottom. It's about dropping the burden of your fears and truly stepping into, kind of like embracing. I feel like there's this need to, kind of embrace this transition that you're going through, like as if, okay, when the butterfly is coming out of the cocoon, that is kind of a traumatic moment for the butterfly. It is not easy. And then, pushing out of the cocoon takes a lot of strength for the butterfly, but that strength that it needs, in order to push out its wings so that it can fly, all of that energy is needed, right? To build the strength or the muscles or whatever, or the wings, so that the butterfly can fly. And I feel like that is where you are right now. You're kind of like coming out of this cocoon. It's not easy. It's taking a lot of strength. The fear is coming in. I mean, think about the butterfly, right? The butterfly may be like, oh, I want to just give up. Who cares if I fly or not? This is just too difficult coming out of the cocoon. But the butterfly continues. It's something about patient resolve, resilience in this situation, the strength that you are enduring, that you are needing to use at this moment to take this courageous step to move forward, is helping to build your strength for whatever magical thing is coming. And look at, you have joyful fun. There is joy on the horizon. It's kind of like the butterfly knows that, hey, as soon as I get out of this cocoon and I start flapping my wings, I'm going to be able to fly, and I can go and visit all these different flowers and gather the nectar from all of these different flowers. It's worth the struggle of trying to come out of the cocoon. Really interesting situation that I think you're in. And it's kind of like, yeah, okay, well, maybe you could call up your old boss and say, hey, I just want my job back. This is just too, I can't handle this. I can't handle this. But then where are you? You're back in the cage. It's about giving this maybe a little time, having that, they keep saying patient resolve. To me, that's like resilience, right? To stay with the path that you're on, because you know that there's joy and magic on this journey. Yeah, King of Wands, this is your, I'm sorry. This is your obstacle, your area of resistance. The King of Wands, I'm laughing because the King of Wands is somebody that beats the drum, to his own tune, walks his own path, is okay with being by himself. The King and Queen of Wands are passionate and creative and go-getters, okay? But they're also fine by themselves. I mean, they have each other, but it's not like they're linked arm in arm, right? It's kind of this energy of, yeah, I'm independent. Okay, they're saying to me, independent. This is your area of resistance. You haven't quite stepped into your power of beating your own drum. It's almost like the King of Wands beats the drum, and if nobody's following him, he's fine with that. He's just going to keep on going. He's taking action. He's moving forward. He knows where he's going, and it's going to be joyous, right? The King of Wands is all about joy, taking joyful action. And I feel like this is your area of resistance, and it's only because things are not quite yet rolling for you, And so it's so easy for the fear to creep in, but it's as if your resistance to beating your own drum, like really beating it, I'm almost getting the sense that, take up a pot and turn it over and hit it with, I don't know, a wooden spoon or something like that. Like, beat your drum. I see this. Beat your drum. I know. It's just so interesting. It's interesting. It's like, I honestly am getting this picture of you walking around the house, banging on a pot, and beating your own drum and really kind of getting into it. Turn on some music, some lively music, and just really get into it. Because I feel as if, this is kind of a tough energy. And if you're feeling this is low vibration, right? If you're feeling this low vibration, it's almost as if you're blocking this, right? And it's kind of like, okay, so the antidote to that is to turn on the music and start beating your own drum or dancing or moving. I know for myself, this may not be true for you, but when I get into this energy, I don't feel like exercising. I don't feel like walking baggy, even though I do. It's a shorter walk. I'm kind of like, oh, come on, let's just get this over with. I get into that low vibe when the fear or anxiety is creeping in. And the antidote, the bad thing is that that's exactly what keeps you in that energy. Like, I know that when I get into this energy, it's time to turn on the music, right? And dance. That's my thing. I turn on the music and I dance. And it just raises my vibration so much so that, I feel like exercising, or I feel more like taking Maggie for a walk, or I feel more like having fun. Sometimes we do get very serious, and especially if you are feeling financially strapped right now, or, concerned about your finances, or, you feel alone right now. it is sometimes a really difficult energy to move out of. So take good care of yourself and try beating the pots and pans, you know? Set 3 or 4 of them up, you know? Have your own jam session. Okay, so what do we have? 3 of Swords. This is your advice. See? This is the disappointment. You're allowing the feelings of disappointment coming in, and we are going to clarify. But I feel like you are disappointed. You know, Gemini, you always land on your feet. You always do. Because you're creative. You're a hard worker. You're a problem solver. You can see different viewpoints of the same thing. And I feel as if you've maybe made a move. You come out of that bird cage that was in your reading last week. You may have stepped out of that bird cage, and yet you're just gripped in fear. Because it's like, okay, I came out of the bird cage. I thought I was just going to be able to fly out the window. But there is this need to build your wings, to build your strength. There's a reason that there is a little bit of a reason why you are, if you feel stuck, why you're stuck. All right. Really nice energy. King of Swords. There you go. You're starting to get the clarity. Okay, we are going to clarify, but the outcome is really nice. 9 of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. You know, working on your career, you know, very confident. Like, I feel like right now you may not be very confident because of this low vibration. It's about stepping back into that confidence. And the thing that they're telling me is that you get that by stepping back into your joy. What is the why of why you've gone down this path, right? Stepping back into your heart space. And then, you know, it's so interesting because these 2 cards together, I can't remember, somebody else had these, or it could have been a daily reading where these 2 cards came out together, not in this position. They're both, you know, we have the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. You know, I feel like for some of you, there is a counterpart coming in, and it doesn't matter. Gender doesn't matter. It's this energy of somebody coming in. I feel like if you are single right now, because this is a single, independent energy, it's interesting. Wow. Okay, the message I'm getting is that you have somebody coming in to be on this path with you, but that you're still going to be able to keep your independence. Like, you're not going to be put back in the cage. Like, really interesting. You may not be like seeking out love, but I feel like love is coming in. But it's going to be a counterpart where, like, you're really good support and companions. And, you know, with the wand energy, there's also passion here. But it's not as if they're independent in their own way and you're independent in your own way. And yet you get together and you support each other. Really interesting energy, but not to worry. Like, you may feel like you don't want this person to come into your life because you finally got out of the cage. It's okay. This person is fine with you being outside of the cage and beating your drum the way you want to beat it because they want to continue beating their own drum. And yet it's a loving, passionate type of connection. Wow. Really interesting. Like, I feel like for some reason, I don't know, I'm not saying that they're going to actually be in this business with you or whatever it is that you're trying to create, but I feel like they're going to support you. Like, part of being in that cage was that you weren't supported, so you stayed in that cage to stay safe. This person wants you to come out of that cage and to experience love, joy, prosperity, abundance. And they're supportive of that. In fact, they're helpful in helping you create that. What's under this? Wow. King of Swords on the Justice card. Okay, you could be dealing with a Libra or another air sign here, but I feel like you're kind of trying to juggle between two things, not really sure what to work on. And then this person comes in and it's just such a lovely energy of finding stability, happy home. This is a twin flame card too, but it's just this energy of it suddenly calms down. It's truly like the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Really interesting. Okay, so let's go see what the Six of Swords is. Oh, Gemini. Okay, I have my deck upside down and I'm going to reshuffle. Wow, really interesting energy. It's almost as if I feel like this fear that I was feeling, fear and frustration, is just calm. It's just like gone. So I feel like it's almost like the answer to your prayers, this magic. The answer to your prayers. Wow. Yeah, here you are. You're Two of Swords. There's the fear, not really sure. You're moving on, you're taking action, you're wanting to have a stable life, happy home. You're determined, you're going after it. And yet at the same time, there's the fear underneath that is gripping you and saying, oh, are you sure? Here's the King of Wands. You are afraid to bring out your King of Wands. You're kind of, oh my gosh, the Emperor, Four of Pentacles, you're holding back. You're holding back. So, okay, let's ask with this King of Wands in the resistance position, why are you holding back? Because that's what you're doing. Three of Pentacles. You want something to work out from the past. You want you're wanting to go forward, but it's as if there's something from the past. You want something from the past to maybe work out or work with somebody from the past. It's kind of like your independence, your sudden independence is a burden. Gemini, I kind of feel like part of it is because you are such a social creature. You enjoy being around people. You're very friendly. You're very charismatic. That you're suddenly by yourself, right? Like you've made this choice. You've gone in this new direction. And you're suddenly by yourself. And you're understanding that that being independent is almost like a burden to you, right? You want something that is a give and take. You want something that's give and take. So you're resisting, actually, it's almost, it's this energy of, okay, I've taken this leap of faith and I thought people would follow me or it's kind of like in that movie, Jerry Maguire, when he quits his job and he makes the big scene in the office. I'm going out on my own and who's coming with me? And nobody wants to go. It's kind of almost like you've done that and nobody's going with you. And now all of a sudden you're finding yourself beating your own drum by yourself. And it's kind of like, what? I thought I had a great idea. I thought that this was going to be awesome. I thought I could do this on my own. And now you're suddenly, oh, this is such a burden. I don't have anybody to talk to about this. I don't have any exchanging of ideas because you love to talk and exchange ideas. And all of a sudden it's kind of like, oh my gosh, what have I done? Like, can I really do this by myself? Yes, you can, Gemini. Yes, you can. But I honestly think you have somebody coming in. So let's see what we have with this Three of Swords. This is your advice. Oh, my gosh. Three of Pentacles again. Gemini, what is going on here? Okay, I don't know if this is going to resonate with everybody. Your advice is that you have this sadness. There's something that you miss from the caged life. Let's put it that way. So if this was, a relationship you left, friends that you left, work companions, a job that you left, there's something there that you're really, really missing. It's heartbreaking for you. I feel like you didn't think you were going to miss this as much as you are. Or the other thing is that the people that you've left behind have really missed you. There's this idea of claiming your independence. You may have made a move that nobody thought you were going to make. Like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe Gemini quit her job or his job, right? I can't believe they left. Like the people at the office, they're sitting there. I cannot believe that Gemini did that. Or you may have left a relationship or set your boundaries. Like claimed your independence. Even if you didn't leave a relationship, you said, okay, these are the boundaries and I'm not crossing them. Here it is. I'm claiming back my independence. I'm not doing everything for you anymore. Because there's this offer, and I feel like this is coming from the people that you have left. There's this offer that comes in. Some offer from someone, some people, some situation from the past that wants to come in, right, and make things right so that the wheel can turn. It's almost as if, oh my gosh, I think the message here is stand your ground. Stand your ground with your independence. It doesn't mean that you have to leave people. It's just that you can still claim your independence. Okay, so let's take a scenario. Say, at work. We'll take work. Say you're at work and you're tired of everybody dumping their work on you, right? And you're kind of like, no, I'm not doing anybody else's work. I want to leave at this time every day so that I can go to the gym and work out and then get home and, make dinner for my family or whatever it is that you're wanting to do. You're trying to gain your independence. You're trying to learn how to say no. And people don't believe it. People don't believe it. Oh, yeah, that'll be good for this week. But Gemini will start doing our work again the next week. And then, maybe you really make a big scene, or maybe you quit your job because nobody's listening to you, right? And they're kind of like, whoa, wait a minute. What? Gemini was serious. We need Gemini back. It's this sense of, no, wait a minute. We're willing to, the Pentacle, we're willing to allow you to keep your independence, to come out of this cage so that we can still have you in our life. Wow, what an incredible... okay, I'll share a story. I remember when I was a teenager, right? My dad had a car to drive to work. My mom, had a car to run errands, carpool, whatever, right? And then I was a teenager and I had an after school job. And so I would use my mom's car to drive to work, right? And I remember, I don't know what was going on with my mom at the time, but she just went on strike. She just really went on strike. And she was a very good mother, very kept the house and we always had nice dinners and lovely. But it was like she went on strike. She was just, I feel like that's what you've done. My mom went on strike. It was like nobody's using my car. I'm not cooking dinner for you people. It didn't last very long. Maybe it was hormonal or something. I don't know. But I just remember my dad saying, yeah, you're going to have to find another way to get to work until we get this work. And I don't know. Maybe it was something going on with them. And things got back to normal. But it was kind of like, you all are taking advantage of me. And I feel like that's how you are. You, all of you people are taking advantage of me, of Gemini, right? And you're just kind of like, no. And they don't think that they may have, you may have said it and they were like, that's fine, we don't care. That could have been some of your fear, right? And then you're kind of like in this energy of they miss you, and I think for some reason you miss them. You miss the connection. You miss the connection. And there is some offer here. There is some offer. So let's see how this turns out. I'm trying to Nine of Cups. You're going for whatever makes you happy. Woo, quickly. And there's the King of Wands again, taking action. Because this offer comes in does not mean you have to take it. I think it may make you it may help you with your confidence in how you want to move forward. It makes you more confident in being independent. I feel as if there is this energy of they've been taking me for granted. Because, you're kind of like, there's this internal conflict of what have I done, but also of I want to manifest something that is grounded, long-lasting, prosperous. Like if you quit your job to start your own business, you may get an offer to go back, or you may, because of fear, offer to go back. But there's this energy of, no, wait a minute. I have to stay my course. I'm trying to manifest something that's good for me long term. It's kind of like asking yourself, okay, if I take this offer that's coming in, do I still get to keep my independence? Do I still get to keep something that's long term? Or is this short term? Is this just a short term fix, right? Because here you are, you have your wish putting out there and going after what it is that you're hoping, dreaming of, and then you have the 10 of Pentacles. Like you want something that's long lasting. You may feel as if I don't know what to do about this, but the whole thing, the message that I'm getting is stay the course for your what is bringing you joy. Don't go back to a job just because it's a short-term fix to get you out of the fear. Yeah, it's really interesting. Like, I feel like you are going to, we have that 2 of Pentacles. I feel like you're going to have a decision to make. Like, are you going to stay on your course to be independent? Or are you going to go back? You will only see the way by making the way. Yeah. I think that's part of it, Gemini. I feel like you're lacking the clarity. Is this going to work? Am I going to land on my feet? Well, it's about trusting in the magic, right? It's trusting in the universe, trusting in yourself, Gemini. Knowing that you really you're the magician. Here you are, right? You have all the tools you need in order to create. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I just, you have all the tools you need in order to create this long-term, grounded, prosperous, joyful, abundant life that you're looking for. Everything that you're wishing for can come true. You can have victory in it. It's about staying the course, about putting this to the side, the fear, the anxiety. It really is about staying the course. I almost feel like this pentacle that comes in, this offer, and especially if it's from somebody in the past, it's almost as if it's a test. It's like, here's an opportunity. You're full of fear. You may be even kind of thinking, oh, I should be going back to that job, or I should be going back to that relationship. Right? And you're almost like manifesting that to come back because you're in this fearful place. But then it's like it comes in and suddenly you're kind of like, it's almost like shines a light on the fact that, hey, that's not really what I want. Right? That's really, I'm going to be going back into that cage if I go down that path. Because I feel like if you wait it out, there is somebody here that's coming in that is going to allow you to stay independent. I feel like if this person from the past or the situation from the past really does back up your independence, then it might be something that you think about doing. But if it's not, you're walking away. Am I communicating my needs? Wow. See, I feel kind of like when my mom went on strike, right? I kind of feel like she wasn't communicating her needs very well, right? Then all of a sudden there was a blow up, right? I'm on strike. We've all been there. All right, your needs matter. What are you needing right now that you haven't communicated? What are you afraid of? Is it possible that what you are fearing is not true? Yeah, are you fearing that you're not going to be able to make it on your own? Are you afraid that, when you walk away from these people, they will never love you again, right? Is it, what are you afraid of? And then, what you're afraid of, is it really true? A lot of times it's really not, right? All right, today's soul action. Journal these answers. What are my needs? Am I saying no and yes enough based on my desires? Am I telling my full truth? Do I believe that my needs matter, and do I share them with others? Do I ask for what I want? When communicating my needs, what am I resisting and with whom? What do I need in order to feel safe enough to express my needs? Really nice. I'm going to put that up there for you and try to hold it really still. I think it's, there you go. So I feel as that is what this is all about. Like if you're getting an offer from somebody or some situation in the past, are you clearly communicating what you need if you reunite? Right? Because I feel like there is this independence that you're wanting. And independence doesn't mean that you're alone. It just means that you are aligning yourself with your soul path. You are aligning with yourself with your purpose. And you're not like helping everybody else with theirs, right? You're doing your path and allowing other people to do their path. And I think that that's what this is. You're each able to do your own path and yet also embrace each other, support each other, cherish each other. That is a really true soul connection, right? Really interesting. Gemini. All right, Gemini. Try to see the blessings, see the silver linings in this situation. And, you are a good communicator, but sometimes it can be difficult for us to communicate what it is that we need or what we want from others. Getting into that energy of expressing that so that we are not hurt or that we hurt others, because we have that emotional breakdown. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Gemini, I wish you much love and light in this situation and in all your situations. And if you did resonate, I would love to hear how in the comments below. That does help other people too. And please consider liking or subscribing. And I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.